The morning of September 11th, 2001, I was woken up with a phone call. One of our fellow reporters here at KCCI, Jessica Chandler, woke me up and said, something's going on in New York City. We'd been both working the night side the night before, so we were used to sleeping in a little bit later. But at 8:30 that Tuesday morning, on a beautiful blue sky day here in central Iowa, we woke up, turned on the TV to KCCI, and saw the news. As soon as I saw what was going on, I knew I was going to get the call to come in to work, so I got in the shower, and sure enough, as soon as I got out of the shower, I got the call and headed straight into work. As soon as I got in on the morning of 9/11, I was sent straight to Southeast Polk High School because so many kids had put down their textbooks and were watching the news as it unfolded that morning. I went into a government class, a social studies class, where a classroom of students were just spellbound watching the TV. That was the first story I covered, but as so many things started to unfold, it was one of several I covered. Later on in the day, I covered the long lines at gas pumps across central Iowa. So many people were worried that gas prices were going to skyrocket to $5 or $6 a gallon. It turned out that wasn't happening, but that's the scariness of that, the uncertainty of the prices across central Iowa created long lines, and that was a story I covered later on at 6 and 10 o'clock. As 9/11 played out, the moments that stood out for me was watching high school kids just spellbound, watching a television in their classroom. It was at Southeast Polk, and students were just silent. They had never experienced anything like this. None of us had really since Pearl Harbor so many decades ago. So many of us had never experienced a national emergency like the morning of 9/11, and everyone was just crowded around televisions, whether it be at the airport where flights were grounded and people were gathered around little monitors that our coworker Michelle Parker had out there. So many people at workplaces were just worried, should we go home or not? And as I said, for me, it was at a high school with students that were just quiet in a social studies class watching what was unfolding across America as so many people were trying to figure out what was going on. So many things changed that day. The way we get on airplanes, the way we go into secure buildings, the way we enter the State House. Everything changed after 9/11. It's amazing it has been now 20 years. So many of my coworkers don't even remember it because they were just kids at 9/11. Now they have come up and just kind of got used to the way we cover news, the way we enter an airport, the way we do so many different things that happened 20 years later. Now, hopefully we don't forget the patriotism that also happened after 9/11, impacting so many things across the country.